the thing that makes Google both so powerful and so dangerous to companies like Yelp is they provide an incredibly important distribution opportunity. So you can buy ads, you can optimize your Google pages, and there's all kinds of amazing stuff that you can deliver to the world if you just know how to sort of leverage people's insatiable need to search for things. However, when Google wants to be in your business, there's a natural conflict of interest. I'll leave that where that is, since I think that's now going to play out in the courts. I think the broader topic, which is a real one, sort of what do you do about it from the point of view of regulating a market? Mm-hmm. And from Senator Warren, you hear just chop them up into $50 billion pieces and everything's going to be okay. From others, you hear other things. My political views are generally kept to my own head because I try to avoid, but for what it's worth, I think chopping them up is a terrible mistake because all these companies are international and they compete with other international companies that, in case of China, enjoy the support and kind of a quasi-monopolistic or sometimes sort of real monopolistic, at least geographically limited, propping up by their local governments. So telling Google, let's cut you up into 25 little baby Googles, but then you go on and take over the world, that's really not setting them up for success for this country. On the flip side, I think regulation is essential. And I think the fact that financial services have always been a regulated industry and we live in it, and so do our competitors, and so do sort of,
So you're used to it.
I'm used to it. I also think of it as good housekeeping. Like I generally prefer to let free market economies play themselves out and find the lowest price and the best product and all that stuff. I think that's generally very healthy. But when the time is involved, for sort of a classic example, I was fairly vocal in my support for all the various demolition of various discriminatory laws about sort of various bathrooms and all this stuff a couple of years ago. And if you open a pizza shop that says no gays are allowed, eventually someone will open a pizza shop next door that says gays are welcome. Mm-hmm. And free market will take care of that problem, and the discriminating pizza shop will be out of business because the more people will go to the one that's all inclusive. But it'll take a long time, and meanwhile, a bunch of people will be deprived and or insulted or driven out of town. And so regulation is there to fix the time that it takes for the market to self-correct. So in situations like my little imaginary pizza shop or these really large companies, that eventually someone will invent a great way to search. Maybe it'll be brain plugs, maybe it will be...
Brain plugs? I don't even want to know. We'll talk about that.
It'll know what do you want.
Okay.
You don't need to type anything.
There's not going to be any brain plug in Kara Swisher's head, but go ahead.